Okay, stop what you are doing right now and look at this. Look at this aerial photograph. 6 acres perched on the most coveted promontory in Beverly Crest, and that entire white compound down there. 50,000 square feet of it is the Angelo estate. That is the green marble infinity pool on the left, the tennis and basketball court complex on the right, and that long private gated driveway lined with sculpted hedgerows leading straight to one of the most extraordinary private residences ever built in the United States. 1261 Angelo Drive, Beverly Hills 90210. Asking price $135,000, and that is after a $60 million price drop. Today we are going through every single photograph together, and I promise you by the end of this video, you will understand why this property is described as the greatest estate in all of America. Now look at this arrival sequence. Look at that photograph. Two enormous hand-sculpted tubiaries frame the approach on both sides, and every exterior surface is clad in hand-selected imported Italian limestone. Not concrete, not stucco, actual Italian limestone panels fitted with jeweler-level precision. At dusk, with those column uplights glowing and that cantilevered oak canopy illuminated above the entry, this looks less like a private home and more like the entrance to an international cultural institution. That comparison is entirely intentional. Architect Ed Tuttle, the visionary behind some of the most celebrated Aman resorts on Earth, designed every inch of this masterpiece, built by Peter McCoy with, in the words of the listing itself, no expense spared and no detail overlooked. You are about to understand exactly what that sentence means. Okay, this is the moment. Really look at this photograph. This is the entry atrium. That is a full glass pyramid skylight spanning the entire ceiling above. The listing compares this directly to Iman, Pei's iconic Louvre pyramid installation in Paris, and having studied this photograph at length, the comparison is completely fair. Daylight pours straight down from above and floods this soaring double-height volume in extraordinary light. And those dual symmetrical staircases, both clad in rift-cut white oak, slender brass-toned steel balustrades, they sweep up and away from each other in perfect bilateral symmetry and reunite on the upper landing. Between them at ground level, a sculptural live-edge burl wood table, organic ceramic vessels, art books, nothing else. In the center of a 50,000 square foot compound, this atrium is a gesture of extraordinary architectural restraint. This single space tells you everything about what this home is going to be. And now look at this detail. Because this stopped me completely. A circular sunken conversation nook, cut directly into the floor plane, with a continuous upholstered banquette wrapping 360 degrees around a glass coffee table with a sculptural live-edge wooden bowl. And through the floor-to-ceiling glass panels behind it, the interior courtyard, the outdoor dining setup visible right there beyond the glass. This kind of spatial gesture is planned for 2 years before you break ground. Intimate, meditative, almost temple-like, tucked inside a compound of this scale. I have never seen it executed quite like this in any private residence. The great room. Look at how the rift-cut white oak now covers not just the ceiling but the full wall panels as well, enveloping the space completely. The fireplace here has no surround, no mantel, just a clean, horizontal slot of controlled fire set flush in the oak wall panel. Completely seamless. And that floor-to-ceiling illuminated display cabinet. Dozens of curated ceramics, sculptures, and vessels, gallery lit on glass shelves. In the adjacent sitting room, the curved, deep velvet armchairs surrounding that organic form coffee table feel like they were sourced from a Paris design atelier. In that glass corner window, two full walls of glass meeting at a single structural point with no column interrupting the view, is an engineering achievement that costs an enormous amount to execute properly. Ed Tuttle insisted on it throughout the entire home. The library, and honestly, if I could live in just this one room, I would be perfectly content. Wall-to-wall built-in shelving in rift-cut white oak, floor-to-ceiling, immaculately curated. A custom L-shaped desk, positioned to face the garden through sliding glass panels. And just beyond that glass, the perfectly manicured lawn rolling toward the edge of the hillside. Two upholstered reading chairs with round burl wood side tables complete the reading zone. Every single object in this home has been chosen with extraordinary intention. This is a library designed for someone who actually reads, and who happens to have 50,000 square feet in which to do it. The formal dining room? Look at both photographs, the daytime shot and the night version. Immediately, that accent wall in deep crimson herringbone commands your full attention. In a home that is almost entirely white limestone and warm white oak, this single bold gesture creates pure theater. The 16 custom barrel-back dining chairs in warm caramel suede pop against the glossy black lacquered stone table with a fashion editorial intensity that is completely deliberate. Now look through the glass outside. Do you see those sculptures in the garden? A white horse, a reclining lion figure, large-scale figurative works lit against the dark hedgerows at night. The grounds of the Angelo estate function as a private sculpture park, at night with track lighting above, sconce uplights framing every window, and those illuminated sculptures glowing in the darkness beyond the glass. This room becomes genuinely theatrical. A dinner party here is not a dinner party, it is an event. Now look at the interior courtyard, and take a moment to appreciate how unusual this is. The main house is built entirely around the magnificent open-air central court. Those polished stainless steel columns support a glass pergola roof that allows the full sky to pour through from above, while living green walls of lush vertical plantings rise 2 full stories on either side. At dusk, with those column uplights glowing against the limestone and the deep blue hour sky overhead, this space is genuinely extraordinary. And here is what makes it so brilliant architecturally. Every single room on the main floor of this estate looks directly into this courtyard. It is the spatial heart of the entire composition. Ed Tuttle has taken a design principle that goes back thousands of years, from Roman domus to Moroccan riad, and executed it here in the 21st century with Italian limestone, living walls, and stainless steel. The primary suite, look at these 2 photographs carefully. The entire exterior wall of the bedroom is glass, floor to ceiling, wall to wall. Outside, a curated grove of mature trees, and beyond them the city of Los Angeles, stretching all the way to the horizon. The primary suite has its own dedicated seating zone, armchairs, a round coffee table, positioned to face those extraordinary views. The headboard wall is a fully custom architectural element, rift-cut white oak panels flanking a centered art niche with illuminated glass display shelves on either side. A curved mohair sofa at the foot of the bed, 2 shearling armchairs completing the arrangement. This feels less like a bedroom and more like a private gallery suite at the finest resort you have ever visited. Look at this bathroom. The soaking tub is recessed directly into the continuous stone counterflush, seamless, not a visible joint anywhere. And it is positioned in front of an entire wall of floor-to-ceiling glass overlooking a planted garden terrace, and beyond that, the city skyline. Both sides of the vanity are flanked by full-length mirrors that multiply the view infinitely in every direction. Chrome fixtures as refined as fine jewelry. Lush tropical plantings just outside the glass create total privacy while maintaining that extraordinary sensation of bathing suspended above the city. This is possibly the most beautiful bathroom I have seen in any home at any price level. The craftsmanship of that continuous stone counter alone is genuinely museum grade. Now we reach the entertainment level. And this is where the Angelo estate definitively separates itself from every other property in Los Angeles. Look at this cinema. This is not a screening room. This is a full professional private cinema. That carpet in a crimson rose motif pattern is pure old Hollywood glamour. Tiered recliner seating across multiple rows. An enormous projection screen flanked by acoustic wall panels within a warm rift-cut oak architectural frame, with track lighting above for perfect theatrical atmosphere. This room could comfortably host a 20-person private film premiere. And look at this, a bowling alley. Inside the house, 2 full regulation Brunswick lanes, professional electronic scoring screens mounted overhead, a complete ball return system, a full rack of bowling balls. And notice that natural light well cut into the sidewall, a vertical slot of glass bringing daylight all the way down into this lower level. I have toured more luxury homes than I can count, and I have seen perhaps 4 or 5 in the entire country with a private bowling alley. This is one of them. And this might be my favorite room in the entire estate. The dance studio and private gallery. That enormous crimson canvas commands the back wall. Polished hardwood floors. Full-height mirror wall. Gallery quality track lighting. And look at that detail. a disco mirror ball hanging from the center of the ceiling. This room works as a gallery for your most significant art acquisitions, or you move the seating to the perimeter and host a private event for 30 guests with a proper sound system. The flexibility is extraordinary, and even in the game room next door, pool table, shuffleboard, vintage arcade cabinet, cove lighting, the four-piece gallery wall of large format framed works never lets the curatorial standard drop. Every room in this home is a gallery. Outside, and the infinity pool first. Look at those tiles. That is green marble, solar-heated gunite construction with a seamlessly integrated spa section. From the pool deck, the water appears to spill directly off the hillside edge into the Los Angeles basin far below. And this photograph right here, the infinity edge aligned against the Century City skyline. Sky and city reflected in perfectly still water at golden hour. This might be the most extraordinary pool image I've ever seen at any property at any price. The listing describes this as possibly the best view in all of Los Angeles. Having studied these photographs in detail, I am not in a position to argue with that. And then the rooftop terrace. Look at this. A fully designed outdoor room on top of the house itself, built-in limestone bench, seating wrapping a monumental outdoor fireplace chimney element. A low center coffee table, the entire composition floating above the Los Angeles skyline. At night, with the fireplace lit and city lights extending to every single horizon, you are sitting above one of the greatest cities on earth in complete silence and complete privacy. I have never encountered a rooftop terrace of this quality and intention in any Beverly Hills estate I have toured. And I want to close this outdoor section with these pure view photographs, because this is ultimately what $135 million is buying. Century City skyline filling the foreground of the middle distance. Westwood, Bel Air, Brentwood below. The Santa Monica Mountains on the horizon. The Pacific Ocean on clear days. And at dusk, downtown Los Angeles glowing amber against the deep blue sky, the full urban sprawl of one of the world's greatest cities laid completely at your feet, from the most private promontory in Beverly Crest. The Sport and Wellness Complex. Look at the home gym first. Spin bikes, weight bench, yoga mats, full height mirror wall, city views through floor-to-ceiling glass. The listing also includes a full sauna and dedicated wellness center. And outside, the full regulation tennis court with a professional blue hard surface, dual basketball hoops with breakaway rims and professional backboards, full perimeter night lighting, and a covered pavilion with seating right off the court. Tennis, pickleball, basketball, all in your backyard, all at a professional standard. All right, one final look at this aerial photograph and everything we have been through together today. The Angelo Estate. 1261 Angelo Drive, Beverly Hills 90210 $5,000, 50,000 square feet, 6 acres, 16 bedrooms, 27 bathrooms, 18 fireplaces, a grand atrium inspired by I.M. Pei's Louvre, brand atrium inspired by I.M. Pei's Louvre, a private cinema, a bowling alley, a dance studio and private gallery, a game room, a wellness center with sauna, a rooftop terrace, a green marble infinity pool with spa, a lighted tennis and basketball complex, a greenhouse, a wine and tennis and basketball complex, a greenhouse, a wine cellar, a full detached guest house, and potentially the greatest panoramic view from any private residence in the entire city of Los Angeles. Designed by one of the world's most celebrated architects, Ed Tuttle, and built to an absolute standard of perfection by McCoy Construction, this is not a home. This is an American architectural masterpiece. All property information and listing details are in the description below. And now I want to hear from you. Out of everything we looked at together today, the atrium, the cinema, the bowling alley, the green marble pool, the rooftop terrace at night, which photograph caught your attention the most? Tell me in the comments. I read every single one. If you have not subscribed yet, please do. We put together tours like this every single week. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next week.